I was not a kid who always wanted to be a lawyer growing up. I came to this profession through a series of experiences. I wanted to be the change that I wanted to see in our legal system. The first experience was working at a residential center for young girls who had been adjudicated delinquent. That's the juvenile equivalent of being convicted of a crime. I learned a lot while working there, but I was most struck by how many of those girls had been victims of abuse or neglect or had experienced some sort of trauma before getting in trouble with the law. Based on that experience, I worked for a summer at the Child Advocacy Center of the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. There I assisted forensic interviewers interviewing children who had allegedly been abused and their non-offending parent. I loved the work. I thought it was fascinating. I especially loved watching the forensic interviewers testify in court because the results of these interviews were used to prosecute the abuser and to ensure that the child had a safe home environment. As much as I loved the work, I knew I wanted a career that took a more holistic approach to helping people. That opportunity came right after I graduated from college. I spent a year working as an AmeriCorps Fellow in the choice programs of Montgomery County, Maryland. I was working with kids on probation, and it was a program that helped to reduce recidivism. It was a very intense program. I worked on a team of 3, and we saw each of our 27 clients multiple times a day. We were in their homes, we were in their schools, we were at their doctor's appointments, we were in their probation appointments. We really knew everything about these kids. That job also had me in court a lot, testifying about my clients' progress fulfilling their probation requirements. I watched their attorneys, who barely knew these kids, try to advocate for their needs. And as I'd seen before, a lot of these kids had past abuse, neglect, and trauma, a lot of which went unaddressed. I knew then that I wanted to go to law school. I wanted to become the kind of attorney who really helped people, who got to know my clients, and who didn't just talk the talk, but actually made sure that my clients' needs were addressed and that they got the justice that they deserved.